We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touch in line. Miles Sanders' first carry of the game. And that's not the start that he... This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Play. Mike 56. Mike's
throwing is Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The leg work there getting him to first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Connor on first down, able to take this one forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Inside. He's coming. We got double up. Hey, zoom.
On 2nd down, Michelle. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Green 18. Pick it up. 630. Smoke.
On 3rd down, Michelle. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Let's go. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 16-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Under 10. Check. 13. Kill.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Switch gears.
Here's Bell. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Foles. Complete to Jones. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 49. Check 49. Mike.
Here's Foles. He'll buy some time right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. To the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A first down carry for Bell, but he'll work forward for only about a yard. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Foles. He's going deep for Brown. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
What we got? Check, he's Mike.
Hey, Steve 6.
Mike, 195. Let's go deep, tight.
Now Foles. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Morrison, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of it. No room to find to get upfield.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
First down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. All day. All day.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. From the 30 on second down, Foles into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
Intercepted. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check, check.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Here's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Mike 56. 56. Mike 56. 56. You better be afraid.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. To throw on 2nd and 10, Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Markel Lee in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Let's go, great.
Check 55 for Mike. Check 55 for Mike.
Foles. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for Detroit. And even 50 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is Bell. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And an alley to run. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Le'Veon Bell. his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Throwing on second down. Rodgers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch the
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down now, it's Morrison. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Let's go! Water. Silent.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check 13.
Easy.
Big Ed. 25. Check 25. Check safety.
They'll run it with Bell. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. On third down, here's Bell. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers going to throw right side here, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. They'll start out here with the option left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
On first down, Morrison. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Hey, high 7.
From the 45 on second down, Foles. This complete to Jones. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Purple 64. Hey, goal. Down goal. Hey, Charlie.
Hey. 57 to Mike.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, 20, 10. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
36. Over. 55.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers! A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, Spud.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
At the 46-yard line.
On second down, it's Bell. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the Packers' 28-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Blue down, blue down. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. Check.
Yes.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Now Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's complete. It's Bell. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
What we got? What we got? Hit him. Hey, wahoo!
55. Right there in the middle. 55. You don't want none of that. Get it. Pick up the ball.
Here we go.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
On 2nd down now, it's Morrison, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2.
Let's go. Check the backer. Check the backer.
Hey, Kaden.
57. Mike, 57.
Water.
Rush in.
Foles will look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rodgers. He's got Jack Doyle. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Get 300. Get 300.
Come on, 55. All day, baby, all day. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 50.
We don't get it. We don't get it.
On play action. Now Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Kenny Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
First down.
Hold the look, hold.
Bell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Touchdown, Detroit! A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Now, from all the work he's getting.
Jump out!
This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed. and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one 28 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Focus, defense, focus. Switch.
They'll try and sneak it here. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
3 down. Go.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Le'Veon Bell. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
We need team.
You must live. 51 the mic, boy. 51.
Bravo.
So we got man. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Rodgers now on first down. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Eric Murray. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Again, it's Bell. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the third quarter in Tampa. And it's the Bucs who have scored again to open up that lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
On play action, Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter, it's a good running back dive play. From
the gun on third down, Rodgers. And a big loss goes here as he's taken down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. This will be caught by Brown. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
80 weapon. Hey, Cadence. Hey, Alpha.
Baby, I got you.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And oh my goodness, what a catch at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That is his 951st NFL reception, so 49 away from 1,000, but 951, that ties him with Andre Reed.
Oh, I love the trigger there because Andre Reed caught the ball any part of the field and specialized in traffic, similar to what we've seen throughout his career as well. Does not mind going across the middle and making big-time catches.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Watch your slack, watch your slack. Watch your slack.
Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3.
They'll try again with Bell. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Watch the whip. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone. And in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Steven Nelson. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They go play action here on 1st down. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Forced out to his left. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
1st and goal.
Working from the gun. Rodgers toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
2nd down and goal. Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 4 yards out, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
From the 29, Foles caught by Jones. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Foles now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A give to Bell. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Tackle. Check three. Tight dog.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Begin. 25, check 25. Check safety. Under. Kill.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morrison. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bell. Bell a first down and then some. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 23-yard run. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. No chance. Mike, 55. Mike, 55.
Rodgers to throw once more. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's go.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, tight that.
Rodgers now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Hey, that QB's trapped.
Inside.
Mike 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Bud.
54.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 19 yards away. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. And they got the extra point as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
57, Mike 57. Here we go. Tight end left. Go down.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morrison. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then